Hey, DC collectors! Welcome to a brand new episode of the show. Today we're looking at the Batman Dark Knight. Sorry about that, guys. Today we're taking a look at the Dark Knight Trilogy collection from McFarlane Toys. This wave was just released. Actually, it just went up for pre-order last week, and it just arrived today. I'm super excited. That's the fastest turnaround I think I have seen. Well, with the exception of the Mr. Freeze that we reviewed a few days ago. So let's start off by taking a look at the packaging for these four figures. In this wave, you get Batman, Scarecrow, Two-Face, and the Joker. Front of the packaging gives you a nice look at the figures as well as the accessories that they come with. Remember, this is a build a wave, so it does include pieces to build Bane. Back of the packaging gives you a look at Bane, and that is, I think, Tom Hardy. That's an actual picture of Tom Hardy on the back, as well as a look at the pieces and parts that it takes to build Bane. Right side, left side, top, bottom. With a look at the packaging out of the way, let's break these guys open. And let's play, because I'm super ready to get my hands on these. Here are the figures out of the packaging. I'm going to say, just taking them out of the box, there's some good and there's some kind of really bad about these figures. So let's start off like we always do, taking a look at the accessories that they come with. Like all the DC Multiverse figures, each figure comes with this black DC logo base. They each come with a trading card which features actual promotional material from the movies, with the exception of Scarecrow, who is just a picture of the toy. Back of the card just gives you a little bio about each character. The only accessory Two-Face comes with is Bane's torso. You know, nothing really wrong with this, although I am starting to see some issues with the paint, and I'll go into details about that when we look at the arms, because the arms are really noticeable with this. But here is a look at the Bane torso. Batman comes with the legs for Bane. Scarecrow comes with the arms, and here's where I have my issues. Check this out. Just out of the package, this is, you know, instead of just making it like a skin-colored plastic, just molding it that way, they chose to paint this. And now we have some paint issues. It looks like the paint's coming off here and up here. It's just starting to peel. It's not a very good layer of paint. You can see even some of the bleed through on this, like they went over it again, and still there's some issues with it. So I'm not all that happy with the paint on the skin for Bane. The Joker comes with Bane's head. He comes with several hands for Bane. Here are the first two. Just some two-finger pointy kind of gun thing, and then it's the grabby hand. Again, we have the two-finger pointy gunny thing, but this time with a glove, and a grabby hand with a glove. Then we have bare fist and gloved fist for Bane. Now, the Joker does come with another cool accessory, or at least a base. Here is the money base. It also features, if you look at that, a peg, so you can stand him on this base. I think I'll stand him on the base. You can see the bottom of it here. The black disc base do look good, especially with all my McFarlane figures on that, but this base is kind of cool. I think when I put him on the shelf, I think I'll stand him in front of this. Scarecrow comes with a set of alternate hands. Batman comes with this cool grapple gun. Then he comes with 3 golden batarangs. Woo! Starting with the figures, here is Harvey TwoFace. Look at this guy. He's got the mug only a mother could love. Now, there's some really nice details going on here, especially like the acid burns or whatever the chemical was on the coat here, on the face. A really nice, this side of the face looks really, really yucky and nice. Even if you look at the shirt, there's nice detailing on that just button-up shirt that looks really, really good. Again, texture-wise on the coat and the pants, all really nice. Tie's kind of, it's okay. Looking at the tie, it looks like it just kind of attaches in between the top of the chest there and hangs. Sort of like if you think about the Shazam figure where his emblem just kind of hangs in Black Adam. Now, as far as looking like Aaron Eckhart, I don't know. Maybe they couldn't secure the rights to it. I don't know. But this sculpt on this side does not look like Aaron Eckhart to me. And again, maybe it's a licensing thing. You know, maybe again, this is a case of pulling the paint off and you can see the actual sculpt underneath, but I don't think so. I think this is just kind of a bad sculpt. I don't want to blame anybody for that, but it just doesn't look all that great to me. He does come with this coin in his hand. He doesn't come with extra hands, so you just kind of you're stuck with the coin in there, but it's kind of cool. I do like the coin in the hand. As far as articulation goes on this guy, his head has some tilt to it. You can look up about that far, but you can see the hair is really keeping him from looking up too far, looking down like that. And it can turn all the way around. Arms can rotate all the way around, move that high. Biceps swivel, double jointed elbows, so he can almost eat the coin. Eat it, Two-Face, eat it. Got nice movement at the wrist, turns all the way around and up and down. Now he's got movement here. He can move pretty good. Of course, the coat really keeps him from moving back this way. Looking forward, he can look forward about that far. Waist turns. Yeah, he can turn all the way around at the waist. He's got some nice splitsies that way, splitsies that way. Double jointed knees, and it looks like he has just the round ball peg for the ankle, so you get that same sort of ball peg motion from that. Sadly, a gun would have been perfect for Two-Face, but we all know that Warner Brothers will not allow that. Taking a look at Batman from a distance, this figure is absolutely gorgeous. My biggest problem, when I took him out of the box, his arm fell off. I was not at all happy. I didn't put pressure on him. He actually came out of the box very, very easily. But when he did come out, the arm just fell off. I'm hoping it's a case of, I don't know, look at that hole. It looks like the hole may be just a little bit wonky. Maybe that's why it's not staying on there. But still, you hate to lose a piece of the figure as soon as you pull it out of the package. So as far as looking at articulation, we'll go on this side to take a look at that. Otherwise, look at this figure. I mean, he looks like he stepped right off of the film set from The Dark Knight. I love this thing. This is an absolute amazing action figure. Just awesome. I mean, details like the pants, the little armor plating, everything, it looks exactly like the movie. Again, as far as articulation goes, his head turned to the side pretty well. Actually, pretty daggum good. He can look up. He can look, wow, he can look down. Really, really sad. I miss Rachel. He can turn all the way around. Oh, crap. Okay, so keep in mind, I was just trying to lift his arms to show you the range of motion, and now this side decides to fall off. This is such garbage. This is garbage. Okay, so maybe I was thinking maybe this is keeping it in place, but this shoulder pad does not move. It's attached to the arm. I wonder if that's why. Like maybe it can't go. Well, it's going up. If I press on it just right, the arm will go up about that high. I'm not gonna play with it and force it any more than that. I don't want to break it. Double jointed elbows. And of course, lots of wrist rotation and movement. This is just not, I'm not happy with this at all. God, both arms broke. Jeez. All right, so he can move pretty good there, turn. He can't move back much. He can move forward about that far. Rotation at the stomach. He's got pretty good splitsies there. Splitsies that way. Nice double jointed knees. And of course, he's got the little clicky ankle lock, which is pretty nice. And he has toe articulation. So for that figure to be so nice, the arms falling off is just horrible to me. Horrible. Next up is Scarecrow. Again, lots of nice detailing on this one. This is from the end of Batman Begins, after all the inmates escape Arkham. This is his look from that movie. I guess it's okay. It's a pretty nice figure. This is kind of hard, this coat plastic here. But it looks good, I guess. I guess it looks good. I'm having trouble standing this guy, too. I just can't get him in the right pose. He's sort of leaning over here to the right. I guess as soon as I get the plate, the base plate, he'll stand. Taking a look at the actual articulation on, oh God, before we do that, taking a look at the sculpt, look at that. Ugh, just lots of ooey gooey stuff coming out of his face. Like maybe worms or whatever it is it's supposed to look like. Just nastiness that looks really good. You know, only McFarlane can pull something like that off, and they do it quite well. Even the cape looks just tattered and torn. noose around his neck. That's just classic McFarlane. Looking at articulation on his head, he's got a nice range of movement with his head from side to side. He can turn all the way around. He can look up about that high and look down about that low. Arms rotate all the way around. They can lift that high. He has one point of articulation at the elbow, and you're not going to get much movement out of that hand. Even though he does come with alternate hands, this is going to be very hard to rotate the hands or even swap these hands out, because this is just hanging too far. It really gets in your way. Now, there's nothing really here. This rubber piece is like, I kind of look back at the Arrow figure that was in the first wave, and that's, if you've ever played with that, that's how this is. There's really no the plastic stops here and starts back in the crotch area. That's it right there. I mean, this is just squeezy, nothing back there, just something to hold it together, I'm sure, for articulation purposes. I'm not a fan of that. It feels like I'm getting gypped because I'm not getting plastic, but oh well. And there's, he can turn, obviously, here. He feels very, very loose too. I'm kind of scared. He does have double jointed knees, and because of the pants, the way they fall down over the shoe, there's not much articulation you can get out of that. It's kind of lame. He does have pretty nice toe bends, though. Looking at the Joker, man, the Joker does look really nice. Not the best sculpt in the world for the face, but it does remind you of Heath Ledger. I mean, looking at the paint job, the white does sort of stop right here, and you can see sort of some of the scalp, like it was just kind of quickly put on there and not a good paint job. I'm not talking about the actual paint job on here. I'm talking about when Heath Ledger his character was putting on the face makeup. Really nice. Again, this one suffers from the same thing that Scarecrow does. There's nothing behind here. It's just sort of rubbery nothing. Maybe there's like a stick that connects the torso to the waist. Again, I feel like I'm getting gypped a little bit, but it's neither here nor there. Not as much detailing going on. I mean, the pants do have, it looks like corduroy or whatever. That's pretty cool. The slick look of this. Not as detailed as the Scarecrow or Two-Face. Taking a look at articulation. His head can rotate all the way around. Can tilt that way. He can look up about that far again. Hair's keeping him from looking back. Head can look down. You know what? Looking at this, looks like Anakin Skywalker from Revenge of the Sith. Look at that side profile. Now I can't unsee it. Arms rotate all the way around. Lift about that high. Bicep rotates all the way around. Double jointed elbows. Wrist rotate all the way around and move up and down, but not much, because the cuff of the coat is going to keep it from moving, at least on the fist side. It does have a little more movement over here on this side. Now, he does have, he's got pretty good movement for a McFarlane figure. I guess because there is nothing behind there. So that's pretty nice that he can move that well. That's really nice. And he rotates fairly easy. So these two figures, Scarecrow and Joker, without all the stuff back here, makes them rotate fairly easy. I hope it's not loose and it's just easy. We'll see over time. You can do a good splitsies. Do a good splitsies that way. Double jointed knees. And the feet rotate all over the place. Toe joint. This does have this ball joint, not the newer joints. So with a look at the four figures out of the way, let's start putting together Bane. So first we're going to take the torso and we're going to put the head on the torso.
Okay, Batman, let's put the arms on now.
So we're going to come over here and put this arm in. Just see a big peg goes in a big hole. That was fairly easy. This arm, big peg, big hole. Fairly easy. Let's do the legs. I'm going to do this leg first. Okay, so here's the problem trying to put the legs on this guy. There's nothing, again, like Scarecrow and Joker, there's nothing here to grab. So there's really nothing to like get leverage so I can ram those legs up in there. I finally did it. Hopefully they stay in there, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so I finally got the hand on. It took some work, and I still don't think that's right. I mean, I had to force and force and force that thing on. Taking a look at Bane, you can see up close, pretty nice figure. We're not going to go through the articulation just because we've kind of already done that with the other figures. Another one of the things I don't really care for, I wish McFarlane could improve on, was his diaper. This looks like his butt's sagging over here. It's crazy. Oh well, we'll have to deal with it. And he's leaning too. Is like this leg not in correctly? I heard it click when I put it in. It just seems longer than the other leg. Okay, he's standing now. So putting him back there, he is a little bit taller than the other figures, so I guess that's movie accurate. So one idea I did have was bringing Todd's Horsey into the mix here, and as you can see, he looks very, very nice on the Dark Knight horse. So that is kind of a cool thing as well. But here you have it. Here is a look at the Dark Knight wave of action figures from McFarlane Toys. Leave a comment below. Are you going to order this wave? Is it something that interests you after looking at this video and seeing some of the flaws with it? What do you think? Do you still want to buy this one? I think there's room for improvement on this wave. It's still pretty good, but getting it out of the box and playing with them just for a few minutes, it's not like the other DC Multiverse figures for whatever reason. I don't know exactly what that is yet, and I'm sure that we will we'll figure that out over time, because this is just first reaction to these figures. All right, so if you like what I'm doing, please hit that like button, that subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. Check out DCCollectors.com each and every day for the latest DC Comics toy news. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at DC Collectors or DC_collector on Instagram. All right, folks, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. God bless.